Greetings, Earthlings! Robo here, and today it is my great pleasure to show you the third game in the Diablo installment. Oh, this game, and every other game before it in the series, is just masterpieces if ever there were. All three of them have been fantastic. I've played all three of them, I loved all three of them, and it's just quite possibly the best game out there, or best series I can say. I was hopelessly hooked on Diablo 2 for about 6 years, and Diablo 1 at least a year or two, and then there's this one that came out several years ago that I still play from time to time. And I actually think that all three of them are fantastic. I'm going to show you the third one today, so let's get started. I've already set up my character. I've set up a very simple autoplay kind of build. One of the best things about this game is all of your options as far as speccing goes. In this game, the gear is part of your spec in a major way. The gear has always been so interesting in the Diablo series. The items are fantastic. They give you all kinds of awesome stat boosts, obviously, but they also give you like free effects and stuff like that. So if you love, those kind of like automated trigger spells, like click a button and then a fuck ton of minions appear, as you'll see, that's kind of the basis for this build right here. I've set it up for maximum simplicity. All I have to do really is walk around and click. You can obviously play with any kind of spec you like. You can make builds that are more complicated than that to play, but for today I thought I would make it really nice and simple. I like simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what they say. So I've clicked one button. So we've got these kind of nuclear slimes, these red sort of shadow minions that appeared. This guy, this kind of mummy dude, and these orange zombie dogs are the only things that I had to cast. I had to cast them once and they're going to be up until they die, which is never. And then the rest is all automated. So click, and you've got these spells that will pop up also for free. I tried to set it up for as many minions as I could have, but of course there's a lot of like other types of things, spells and other things that trigger. And just keep in mind, all I've done is left click this whole time, for both walking and for casting. You left click on the floor to move there, and you left click on an enemy to use your primary attack. So it's like, it's I don't want to say it's the simplest thing ever, but it just might be as far as gameplay is concerned, which is kind of one of the definitive things about the Diablo series. They basically made it so simple and easy for anybody to pick up, but that doesn't mean that there's not an infinity worth of depth to explore. And like I said, with all the different specs that you can play with, you can set up something that's a little bit more involving, that you have to press all of your different keys and everything. I can if I want to. See, this is me throwing spiders around. A terrifying thing if ever there was one. This is summoning a fetish army, which is like these fetish dolls. Well, just think like bigger, much scarier voodoo dolls that run around and kill things for you. These are the zombie dogs, and this is a gargantuan, and I can press those buttons if I want to, but there's an incredible helmet that I wear that basically, upon spell cast, I have these sort of shadow clones of myself that appear, and they'll start casting spells that are on my bar. So that and other types of gear that I've taken is what causes this instant army to pop up around me, and just make it just quite effortless. I mean, I'm in a somewhat high difficulty here with this guy, and this is a hardcore character, which means if he dies I lose everything, and I am not worried at all. I'm just running around here just left clicking everything to death, and I'm not worried at all. Technically it is possible for these things to kill me, and damn, if that happens during this video, I'm probably gonna yell and shout. Yell and shout, because those are not the same thing. But yeah, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, hardcore mode is a fun thing to do once you've been playing this game for enough time that you feel comfortable to, try to test your limits and see how far you can make it with your character without dying. And as far as like different difficulties to keep pushing forward, it's basically infinite. So if you just keep advancing, at one point you will hit a wall where things are very, very, very difficult, and then you probably will die at some point. It's kind of almost inevitable for a hardcore character to die at some point if you keep pushing your limits, which you always can. Because like I said, there's basically an infinity of difficulty to this game, because even if you've played through all the different difficulty levels, you still have the greater rifts, which are actually infinite. You can just keep pushing harder and harder difficulties until eventually something will destroy you. So that was one floor. I didn't even clear the whole floor there. This game has got game modes, like you've got several different options as far as your gameplay. You've got your basic campaign mode, which is really pretty fun and cool, and there's quite a bit of content there. One of my original sort of beefs with this particular game when it first came out was that it was lacking in content, but they really fixed that, I think, with the Reaper of Souls expansion. They really fixed that because they gave us adventure mode, which basically is just a big, almost open world type of, well, it is I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to like split hairs here whether or not it's an open world, but they just give you tons and tons and tons of shit to explore and do, and you know, different places to go, and just a great variety of things that you can do in order to just basically just increase your power. And wow, this game, it's simple, it's fast paced. I actually find it visually stunning for this kind of overhead view, or three-quarters view, or however you want to call it. This perspective, oof. See, there's the boss that just popped up for the Rift. A lot of games kind of have that sort of top-down or three-quarters view, and they still manage to look beautiful. I think this one does it quite well. It's atmospheric. Like, I don't have the music playing for some reason. Actually, it is playing. It's just kind of on a lower volume, but it's very atmospheric. This is a game that I could possibly make like immersive videos with, because the music and, yeah, look forward to this in the future if you like this sort of thing. But I could play the entire game sort of zoomed in like this and make an full immersion video. I'm actually going to do that because this game deserves it, I think. And yeah, so I've killed the boss of this rift. But the cool thing about rifts, and it's one of my favorite things that they added with that expansion, is basically they simplified the process of just having an infinite amount of game to play. Basically what you do is you go talk to this guy. Gotta wait for this to close up. But this is a portal to a rift, and it's basically gonna be somewhat randomized, although I don't really think the maps are entirely random, but it sort of feels almost that way, because there's quite a lot of maps that you can get in the rifts, and it's going to just give you one at random with a boss at the end. Kill the boss, and then you can just repeat the whole thing as many times as you like. What's the point of that, you might ask? Well, you can pick up like crafting materials and new gear and stuff like that. And anybody who's ever been into the Diablo series will tell you that farming gear in this game is a delight because of all the different stuff you can get on your gear. Like, I could actually just quickly run you through why this gear... See this here? Summon a fetish army after you kill 2 elites, so I don't even have to think about it. My fetish army will just pop up every once in a while and just start killing everything. Aquila Cuirass, while above 92% primary resource, that's my mana, all damage taken is reduced by 50%. See, it's stuff I don't have to think about. It's stuff that's just going to happen. This here has got prevent all poison damage taken and heal yourself for 14% of the amount prevented. So basically poison doesn't worry me at all on this guy. Got this, I just realized that I have 666 armor on my Aquila Cuirass, so, make of that whatever you will. Tasker and Theo this is, of all the stats that are on it, the ones that interest me most are the ones that are written in orange, because increase attack speed of your pets by 42%. Those are the, like, effects that make the gear very interesting, in my opinion. See this one, that what's written in orange down there, your town portal is no longer interrupted by taking damage while casting town portal, blah blah blah. So you see, the point is, what I'm trying to make is that the gear is fun and interesting because it's got cool effects on it, and it is very much like a part of your build. It's very much a part of your overall spec. Then you've got this that they added at some point, which allows you to absorb these cool orange effects from your gear and put them in a box that you can just, like, equip 3 more effects of your choosing. You basically steal the effect from the item, and then you can just kind of equip them in these slots. So this is that Grin Reaper thing that gives me free auto casts. This thing just summons random locust swarms that just infest everything. This thing gives me those shadow clones that pop up and they cast some kind of witch doctor spells. It's just, you see, I have it set up for just maximum fun factor, and everything is just so random and automatic. But again, like, it's just one of, I want to say, millions of possible builds that you can do in this game, which just, makes the replay off the charts. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I'm a huge fan of that. And I'm just a huge fan of them giving you a gazillion options to play with. And this game has got that, and they've done it so right in the sense that you can just switch it up whenever you like for free. You can go to your skills here, and you can just pick an entirely new skill at any point. And each one of the skills has these different runes that you can set to further sort of customize the properties of your abilities. So, that plus the gear, plus that cube thing that I showed you with the extra effects, plus you've got these paragon points as you go. That's just kind of leveling up your account, basically, because now you can apply these points to any one of your characters in the future. This game is just, it's got an infinity of replay value. It's extremely fun, it's extremely simple to just pick up and learn, and it's one of the best games ever made, and I can say that for all 3 of the Diablo games. I'm so anxiously looking forward to seeing more Diablo games in the future, and I mean, I cannot recommend this one enough, nor could I recommend enough the previous 2 installments. I would say if you've never played a Diablo game, go and get all 3 of them, and you will understand why this series is so beloved by so many. All right, so I think I've given you the basics of why this game is a masterpiece. It's got great story mode, it's got great visuals, it's got great everything, great replay, great just everything. Just get it right now. It's not free, unfortunately, but now this game is pretty old. I want to say it's about 5 to 6 years old now. You should be able to get a really good deal. You could probably get the expansion plus the game for under $50. And is it worth it? Like, this game will actually keep you busy for years if you like this kind of stuff. It's one of the best games ever made. It's Diablo 3. You need to play it. I'm telling you, it's essential. It is essential. You need to play this game. 10 out of 10, no question. One of the best games ever made. Pick it up today. Go get it. Go get it right now. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. That's been my introduction to Diablo 3. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.